Alright, in this video we're going to do 5 easy meals for busy families. Some are super healthy, some are not so healthy, but they're all easy and not very expensive. We are going to start with is an easy Alfredo. This is really basic. So put 1 stick of butter in a medium saucepan or a skillet on medium heat, and then add in 3 tablespoons of flour. Basically, and a pinch of salt and some pepper. You're making a roux. So you're going to cook the kind of flour taste out of the flour. It's going to be the thickening agent for this sauce. So you can definitely do a lot with this, but this is just the basic thing here. So you are going to get it to the point where everything melts and starts to sizzle. You don't want it to get too overcooked because it could definitely burn at this point, so don't walk away from it. I put in a tablespoon of like better than bouillon chicken stock, and that just adds it some depth of flavor. I also threw in about a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder in there, and some more pepper, no more salt because of the bouillon that's in there, and then about 1.5 cups of milk. Now at this point it's going to seem really watery, but until it cooks all the way up and gets back up to heat, you're not going to really know. So this is, again, like it says, 5 minutes later. You can see that it is definitely starting to thicken up. You want it to coat the back of a spoon, basically, because then you know that it will coat the noodles that you put in. So while this was going on, I did have a box of penne noodles cooking off on the side, and then you just go ahead and drain those. You want them al dente. So when you first put them in, it's going to seem like there's a lot of sauce, but if you just keep incorporating, it definitely mixes in well.
All right, so
and then I'll show you how you can add stuff to it.
I'm going to show you how you can add in if you're not doing it for the whole family. So I'm going to take some spinach and put in there. And it's still hot enough, so it'll just kind of wilt it. And you can put some basil on top. And I like tomato. And there you go. You can also add Parmesan cheese if you want. You can do chicken if you want, but this right here, honestly, is like from getting the ingredients out until serving it, probably 20 minutes. It's easy, it's cheap, it's great, it feeds a lot of people. You can make it semi-healthy, you can make it for your picky eaters. It is good.
Alright, the next night we had the most amazing baked potatoes. So I preheated the oven to 450, put olive oil on the outside of the potatoes, and then just popped them in the oven for an hour. And when these things came out, the insides were like mashed potato. They were so good. We topped them with butter, cheese, scallions, bacon, and sour cream, and oh my gosh, so good. Awesome.
The menu tonight is just some BLTs. Went to the Winton's Little Farmers Market and got a couple of tomatoes. I like to have red onion on mine. I'm gonna make a lemon garlic mayo to go on them. And of course bacon and lettuce. And then we'll have some corn on the side from last night.
Well, you saw where I was just getting the bacon frying up, and I put my little bacon grease shield on my pan. I love that thing. Anyway, this is a new fun contraption I just got from Amazon, and it is like a little mini food processor, but it comes with this thing that like peels your garlic for you. It is super awesome and keeps us from having to chop garlic all of the time, and really easy to clean up. So love that. So I am just gonna get 3 cloves of garlic minced up here. Look at that thing. Love it. It's awesome. All right, and then I'm just gonna take a small bowl. Oh, look, there's Buzz. Anyone else have their dogs and pets in the kitchen all the time when they're cooking? All right, so I'm gonna take a small bowl. I'm gonna put the garlic. Yeah, I know it's a lot. Don't judge us. You can use less if you want to, but we love garlic in this house. And about probably a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. We did eventually add a little bit more just because we, for those of us that used it, we found that we needed to add a little bit more just because we were running out. So anyway, give that a mix. And then I added a couple wedges of lemon juice to it and some salt. Now this is the bread that we just had on hand. It's the Ezekiel bread. It's sprouted whole grain bread. I just popped it in the toaster. You can use any bread, obviously. And then just spread the mayo on. It's kind of chunky because of all the garlic in it. So good. I like to put red onion on my BLTs. Then this beautiful tomato. Right now is perfect time for BLTs. Love summer. Oh, there's Milo. He's the kitten. Anyway, Emily decided to use spinach on hers, and I thought that was a wonderful idea. We did have iceberg lettuce, but the spinach, I like spinach better. So went ahead and put that on there, and check it out. Food is so pretty. All right, so from one pretty dish to the other, this is an anti-inflammatory mushroom rice dish that I have kind of made up. So you're gonna wanna get eventually 2 cups of cooked rice, however you wanna do that. So, you know, you can use any kind of rice. This is organic white rice that I just buy by the bulk. I'm gonna go ahead and get that cooking. You can use pre-made rice. They've got some great packages. So you're gonna dice up just an onion, and I did a red pepper and a green pepper. And basically I ended up using half of the onion, half of the green pepper, and half of the red pepper, and I used the others in the next recipe that's going to follow after this one. So this recipe, it has turmeric in it, and paprika, and the mushrooms, and then the vegetables and the garlic all have anti-inflammatory properties to them. And honestly, I could eat this all the time. So you take some olive oil and you put some garlic into the skillet, let that kind of, let the garlic start to smell. It seeps out its flavor. That's the type of olive oil I get at Kroger's. Then before you can, don't let the garlic burn, you're gonna go ahead and throw in half of your diced onion. Don't look at my dicing skills, they're not very accurate. It's okay, it's rustic food, right? And then half of your red pepper and half of your green pepper. Obviously, it's very scientific here and exact. You can see from my measurements. All right, then salt and pepper. I use sea salt, and I use regular pepper. that is garlic powder, smoked paprika, adds so much depth of flavor. Smoked paprika is one of my favorite spices. Then some turmeric. Turmeric is anti-inflammatory. Oh, I got the wrong bottle. Okay. Anyway, and it makes the color so pretty also. And then a package of mushrooms. Go ahead and get those washed and then in. And just kind of stir that around a little bit. The peppers and onions are gonna release a little bit of fluid as they saute, but this is about a half a cup of water that you just put in there to kind of let it continue cooking and marinating and all of those flavors that we just added. Alright, then once you bring it back up to a sizzle, you are going to add in your 2 cups, it's probably more like 2.5 cups of cooked rice, and then just give that a good mix in to get it all incorporated. So then I like to cut up some green scallions to go on top, or green onion. And I like to go ahead and dice up some of the baby spinach to put in there too. Like I said, I will make this and eat it all week long. Except Rusty loves it too, so we usually eat it within 2 days. Alright, and then I'll show you how I plate it up.
Anyway, this is going to be a cheeseburger crock pot meal. The original recipe that I'll link below called for ground beef, but I'm using ground turkey, 2 pounds, and then a 16-ounce block of Velveeta cheese. Yes, I know, it's not incredibly healthy. I never said that these were going to be incredibly healthy. I just said that they were food ideas. This is diced red pepper, green pepper, and onion that I used in the rice dish that I made last night. And I just did extra because I knew I needed it for today. So it's probably about a half of each in there. And then I am going to do some elbow macaroni on the side because it kind of looks like a hamburger helper type of thing to me. And I do think that some of my kids would rather have it like that. But I do think, you know, my husband, Rusty, would like to have it kind of as that quote-unquote sloppy Joe kind of hamburger, cheeseburger thing. Now, it does call for bacon to put onto the bun at the end. All right, into the crock pot. It is Velveeta cheese. It's not even real cheese. Am I gonna eat this? I'll probably try it, but it's not my thing. I'm gonna eat the rice leftovers that I made last night. Like I said before, we do try to eat healthier, but it's just being a realist. You know, sometimes we just make food so that we can eat, and because we're busy, just like everyone that's probably watching this video, there's sports, there's band, there's school, there's craziness. So anyway, crock pot is our friend. We're gonna put the lid on, turn it on low for 4 hours because everything's cooked, and then I'll check it. I can't actually remember the recipe, but that's where I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start low for 4 hours, then we'll go from there. Alright, I don't know how long it's been. It's really crazy at work today, so I'm just now coming out think it's been maybe 2 or 3 hours that it's been on low. And it looks like the picture. Sorry, the cheese is melty. It smells like a cheeseburger. So.
Well, things got so busy, I never even got an after shot. In fact, I never even saw this again. Rusty and the girls ate it that night. I was gone, and they did make macaroni noodles and just eat it that way, kind of like Hamburger Helper, and Rusty took it to lunch the next day. I forgot it even existed until I was editing this video. So it was a huge hit in our house. So definitely something that you can try out. I will link this blog post that it came from, along with all the other ones and the recipes down below in the description so that you can take a look at them. If you have any questions about anything, please comment below. Thank you so much for watching. This is just an idea about what we eat during the week. I'm working on another video now, trying to come up with ideas to feed our families is one of the hardest things I think that we face. And so just throwing some ideas out there. Thanks again for watching. I hope you all have a good day.